Greetings, fellow YouTubers. How you doing? ErvLindsay here. Today is the first of 3 videos where I'm going to go and visit some haunted sites around the Cincinnati area. In this video, I'm going to go out to Eden Park. There is a gazebo in Eden Park that people that live in Cincinnati are probably familiar with. And 90 years ago this month, a murder happened right near that gazebo, and the rumors and legends say that a lady in dark haunts the gazebo. So who is a lady in dark? What does she have to do with the gazebo? And how does she die? Well, let's find out in today's Haunted Cincinnati Adventure Vlog. First I want to introduce you to is Augusta Holmes. She lived in Chicago during the second decade of the 1900s. She was happily married with 1 child, and she worked in a Chicago deli. I'm thinking this was around 1918. I'm not 100% sure. It was there that she met a man by the name of George. Now George would come in and he would buy groceries all the time, and the two fell in love despite the fact that George was married, and I think she was actually divorced at this point. So George and her fell in love, and he hired her to be secretary in his law firm. And who were George and Augusta? Well, why are they important? What if I told you that George's last name was Remus, and that Augusta's middle name was Imogene? Does that help you any at all? George Remus? George Remus eventually did divorce his wife, and his wife was also allegedly cheating on him as well, right? So he liquidated all his assets, left Chicago for Cincinnati, took Imogene with him. In 1920, he married Imogene somewhere in Covington, just across the river over there, right? And but eventually this lifestyle came back to bite him in the butt, and he was caught bootlegging. He was known as the king of the bootleggers. So he spent some time, I believe, in Atlanta, and he left his wife in charge of all his stuff. So we come back to Imogene. While he was in jail, she decided to liquidate all his assets. She picked up a boyfriend on the side, and together they destroyed everything of his while he was in jail. Millions of dollars in assets gone. He wasn't too happy about that. So when he got out of jail, he went home, found that everything had been stripped from his house. Even the rookwood pottery from the swimming pool had been stripped and sold. He was pissed. Imogene Remus was staying at the Alms Hotel on that fateful day in 1927, 90 years ago this month. The older part of the hotel has been torn down now. It's right here on this corner. It's now a McDonald's. The newer part of the hotel had just been built when Imogene rented a room there. Her marriage having gone south, she had been locked into a 2-year-long battle, divorce battle, and she was going down to court that morning to finalize the divorce. But she never made it to the courthouse. George caught up with her. She caught a taxi from here. It went through Eden Park, and that's where our story continues and where Imogene's story ends. But Imogene's taxi on that fateful day was taking her to court to finalize her divorce. Now there's a circle here. This circle hasn't always been here. This used to be, the two streets used to go like that and just meet at a point over there, and the circle wasn't here. So her car coming this way, somehow she was met by her soon-to-be ex-husband. George would later claim he was blinded by hatred, and all that had happened to him, he was in his vehicle with a chauffeur, saw Imogene's taxi, ran it off the road. She got out of her car, her daughter was in the car with her, got out of the car, and he pulled out a revolver he found, one of the only things she left in the house, and he caught up with her, put it to her stomach, and pulled the trigger. She later died in the hospital. The stories say that if you come out to Eden Park late on a clear day, especially in the fall, that you'll see a ghost dressed in a black dress haunting this area. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Everybody have a happy Halloween. Thanks for watching, and hey, I'll see you in the next video.